Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make custom Gorilla Tag profile pictures like this and this. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the first link in the description and download Blender, and then next go to the second link in the description and you'll find this, which is all of the downloads you're going to need. Just download all of them. They will download a zip file, so you're going to have to unzip them in your file explorer, but when you're done, just go into Blender. Once you're in Blender, you're going to want to click open, and then go to downloads, and then go to the Gorilla rig that was in the Google Drive. Click it again, and then rig blend, and then open it. Once you're in here, you can go to this little beach ball in the bottom right. You can click it, and you'll have all these numbers which will equal out to your color code. So I'm just gonna do a random color. This looks pretty good. So now that I have my gorilla all done, next thing we're going to do is get it ready for the rendering. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this render tab, click this, set it to cycles, and then go to film and check transparent, and then go to color management and set this to very high contrast. Next thing you're going to want to do is go to this output tab and change this to 4000. Oh, that is not 4000. 4000 by 4000, and then you go to this media type, change it to image, and make sure this is RGBA. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're gonna go to file, import FBX, go to the cosmetics that I supplied, hat and face, badges, holdables. We have most of those. I'm just gonna get the aviators. I am going to put them on my gorilla, and that looks pretty good. But if your cosmetic isn't in the file, so there's this cool website called Sketchfab where you can just like look up 3D models. So I'm just gonna look up Gorilla Tag Cosmetic, and then we have all of these. I'll just get this one. We'll do download. I'll download it as a GLTF, and then it should zip. You're gonna want to extract, and then go back into Blender, file, import GLTF, downloads. There should be a texture scene, import, and then we have all of these. I'm just gonna use this pan, but you can use whatever you want. Okay, you may be wondering why the cosmetic you imported is pink. Okay, so you may be wondering why the cosmetic is pink. Basically, what you're gonna do is go to the beach ball again, go to this yellow dot, and then click image texture, and then click on this file button, go to the thing I got, cosmetic textures, and then just try all of these. It says the updates that it was in, but I know mine's in the original, so I'm just gonna do that. And make sure linear is to closest, and then it should be good. And then to pose, we're gonna click here. We're gonna click this ring right here. We're gonna go to pose mode, and then we're gonna click the star. Over here you can do IK, which makes that thing actually move. You're going to want to enable IK. There's really not a choice. For name tag, you can set a name tag, and then you can go up here to edit mode and just, hold on. Well, first you have to select it in object mode, then go to edit mode, and you can just change what it says. I'm just going to name mine blue. Make sure it's in all capitals too. And then we're going to go back into pose mode by clicking this again, and then pose mode. You can do a Gia hat for some reason. It also has some preset hats. So if your hat is in here that you want to put, just use this. Don't go through the trouble of importing. You can make it female, which doesn't look the best, but you do you. And then I'm going to put the hat. I'm going to start posing. And then to move the fingers, you would click these things and then just go like this. And same thing for the thumb, just this little thing right here. And then I actually want to reposition my pan again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into object mode. I'm going to select the pan, and then I can use these things over here to move it. Now this looks pretty good, but the elbow is really weird. To change the elbow, you're going to want to click this little thing back here. Well, you gotta go into pose mode. You're gonna want to click this thing, and you can just move it. Change the facial expression. You can do that by doing this and changing what the mouth looks like by clicking this slider and then moving this to the left. I'm just gonna go with a nice smile, and to change the teeth or whatever, you can click this for the top teeth, this for the tongue, and this for the bottom teeth. I'm just gonna move these up a little, move the tongue, and then the bottom teeth, I don't need them, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. If you don't have a face cosmetic, you can also change the eyes by doing the same thing. This, you can do this, and it will change it to a wink eventually. Yeah, you have to go use the up and down arrow. And if you want to have like the pupils move, you just select the pupil, like this little purple ring here, and then you can move it to wherever you want. But again, I'm not using that, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. And then you can also do the same thing for like this. You could move it up to make the eyelids go up. Same thing goes for this thing. You can move it down. And then if you want, you can add like an eye shine by going into object mode, clicking on the gorilla's fur, going back into the beach ball, and clicking eye shine. It will just give a little shine. I don't personally use it, but you can do whatever you want. You can also do this Fresnel factor, which like gives it a thing around the gorilla. I don't usually use that, but you can if you'd like. There's also do lava and then lava emission. You can do ice. You could do dirt stones. You can do anything you want, basically. And then for the final render, what you're going to do is you're going to press this camera button right here, and you want to do shift squiggly line, and then move it to where you want to like do it. I think I'm actually gonna make the pose different. I'm gonna have his head go a little turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the head, this little ring. I'm going to go into rotate mode, and then I'm going to rotate it a little bit that way. And I'll do the same for the glasses by going back into object mode and rotating them. And then once we're here, I'll go back into the camera. If you have a number pad on your computer, you can press numpad 02. I'm going to reposition it. Then that should be good. That should work. But if your gorilla is like really pixely like this, then you would go to this render button and change cycles to Eevee. My computer can handle it, but it's just still loading, so. And then you will have this in your final render. It will look pretty good. It's very high quality, as you can see. But when you save it, you want to go to Image, Save. Make sure this is RGBA and PNG. Just save it as whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Test. Once it's saved, you're going to go to this website, Photopea, which will be the third link in the description. Once you're in it, you're going to click New Project, Instagram, Create. You want to go to File, Open in Place, and then the thing you just downloaded. To find it, it's going to be in the folder that the rig came in, and you'll see it right here, Test. I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to scale it up a little bit. And then this looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, click the background, and then I'm going to click delete. And then it should delete, and there should be a transparent background. You could use whatever background you want. I'm just going to look up Blue Galaxy. I'm going to paste it into here, and I'm going to put it below that. And then this looks like good, but if you want to give it a little more personality, you can add this thing, like an aura around the gorilla, kind of. You do this by the gorilla, pressing Control J, and then going down here, clicking this little sticky note thing, and then going to the brush, and the bottom color right here, you're going to change that to whatever color you want the aura to be. I'm just going to make mine a blue since the gorilla is blue, but you can do whatever you want. And then once you found your color, make sure it's the bottom one over here. You want to do Control Backspace and then Control Alt G. This will make it a clipping mask, and then you can press Control E and then move this under the gorilla. And then once you do that, you're going to want to click the layer, go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I prefer 4 pixels, so I'm just going to put 4, and then OK. Then I'm going to duplicate this a few times by pressing Control J. Then I'm going to merge those all together by pressing Control E. And then this looks perfect. So I'm going to go to File, Export as JPEG. I'm gonna name it blue test. And then make sure the quality, it defaults to 70, so make sure it's at 100, and then click save. That's gonna be all for this video. I hope you guys learned something new from it, and please consider subscribing, because this took me a long time.